Riding a motorcycle at speed requires confidence, not only in one's ability but also the equipment being ridden. And no equipment can be more important than the tyres that hold the motorcycle on the track.
The amount of passion they put into our products and the variables they are able to play with to create a specific product, it's amazing. It's amazing. Metzeler has always been the only manufacturer who's only manufactured motorcycle tires. So if you look at the history of Metzeler, we have been many industry first, many patents which are still existing. Interact technology is one of them. So it's continuous development of the product.
The California Superbike School here in Australia fit the incredible Metzeler Racetec RR tyres to their coach bikes. So we took a moment to talk to Marcel Bode from Metzeler about what makes these tyres work so well.
Now there's a lot of tyres in between. The Racetec RR we're currently looking at is developed and introduced in 2015. Superseded the Racetec Interact. It's development of the carcass. The Racetec itself has been developed to have a very precise, responsive carcass. So that's development has continued from the previous version. On top of that, the compounds developed for the new Racetec is a different way of blending the compounds together, and that's has resulted in an excellent product.
A distinctive feature of road racing is the presence of long straights, which means the motorcycle can be travelling at high speed for a long time in a straight line. Now this creates the situation where the centre of the tyre is in contact for a long period and it gets warm, but there's a cooling off of the edge of the tyres. Now when we hit the turn at the end of that straight, the tyre may not be in the operating temperature that we desire, therefore have less grip. Now Metzeler have addressed that with the Racetec RR tyre. Racetec RR uses a bi-compound rear solution with what's referred to as a cap-and-base structure. Now what this means in simple terms is that the centre of the tyre supports the heating of the side of the tyre. Now what happens when we're running down a long straight is that the centre of the tyre is in contact, it's generating heat and it's transferring that heat through the substrate to the side of the tyre. Now what this means for the rider is that when we drop into the turn at the end of the straight, the tyre is in an operating temperature across the whole surface and we get better grip in the corner.
If you look at where is the Racetec developed for, Metzeler is very involved in road racing. In road racing you need to keep the heat in the tyres because you have long straights.
The Metzeler Racetec RRs come in three different compounds. K1, which is the softest, K2, which is the medium compound, and K3, which is more road oriented, being the harder compound. We asked Marcel how a rider would know which one to choose for their particular scenario.
It depends a little on track temperature. If you look at K3, it's classified as a hard, and people say hard, I can't ride on a hard. However, if you want to get some mileage and the temperature starts to be warm, and your guys are riding on K3s in the rear, it's the ideal compound. However, in the perception of the riders on a hard, I can't ride on a hard tire. How they choose? It's a combination of track temperature. What covers most in Australia is probably the K2 K3 combination. If it start to get cold, you go to K1 K2 combination.
What tyre pressures do you actually run on a motorcycle, whether it be track or road? There's so many different opinions. You know, someone says it's 28, someone else says it's 32, someone in the middle says it's 30. So we asked Marcel what tyre pressures a rider should consider using these Racetec RRs for road and for the track scenario.
For me, street is very simple. Just follow the placard of the manufacturer, because that's the way to do bikes. I can't really advise a general advice. It is what the manufacturer describes. So do we, and it's verified even on our Metzeler.com website. So if you doubt, have a look on the website. It's there. Then for track days, yes, you'll drop it significant. As you said, the difference between cold when you're going to measure it. Continue to measure the pressure during the day. Suggest for a front cold 29-32, rear 23-26 cold. It relates to like +4, +3 warm.
So there you have it, straight from the manufacturer. Look, bottom line is these Metzeler Racetec RR tyres are absolutely brilliant. That's why they're fitted to the coaching bikes of the California Superbike School here in Australia. Now, there's only one way to find out how good they really are, and that's to put them on your bike and give them a try.